Welcome back to Coast View. I told Mary Graham from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College during the break that I feel like I consider her such a friend. And it's, how you have an old friend you don't talk to for a while, but then you talk to him. It's like you just talked to him yesterday. That's how it is with Mary. And I really appreciate that. In fact, that's how it is with my next guest, Bill Lavers, who's the executive director for the Harrison County Development Commission. Always enjoy our conversations as he and I, discuss what's the latest in his world. A lot of activity, I might add. So how you doing, Bill?
I'm great. Good to see you guys.
Well, I'm looking at where you are for people who are listening on the radio or podcast. Of course, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can see this. But Bill's sitting on the conference room, and behind him, that appears to be a map. What is that map that I'm looking at?
This is the original map from 1959 of the vision of the folks that developed the commission to begin with. And what is now Bayou Bernard and the Seaway is on that map. But it was also supposed to go all the way to Bay St. Louis. So they had a bigger vision that just didn't get all the way there. But we always talk about the history and what brought us to this point. So I thought, and the other thing that's cool about this room is this table is built by the kids at the Gulfport High School. During COVID, it's the longest table that's ever been built because I think it took like 18 months for them to build it because of COVID. But we wanted to do something to highlight what the talents of some of our students are. And so we sit around this table and it's a conversation piece. This is in our front conference room. And let me show you what's in our big conference room, because I'm kind of like Forrest Gump. We're a box of chocolates with a bunch of surprises. So in this room is our boardroom. And today we have the Coastal Partnership meeting. And today, here's the Coastal Partnership gang with Judy Young. Yeah. As the speaker. Everybody say hey to Ricky Matthews. You're now on Coast View.
Hey, guys. Good morning. How are y'all doing? It's good to see you.
This is Marcia, head cheerleader of the Coastal Partnership Group.
Hey, Marcia. How are you doing?
Very well. Hey, Ricky. Just the objective of the Coastal Partnership is to promote the coast as a premier relocation destination. And we are just so delighted to have Judy and also Zach here today from Coastal Mississippi, because we are energetic for the most part. How many of you have moved here from out of state?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Wow.
And we, Coastal Mississippi wants visitors. We want permanent visitors. So.
And Marcia usually never participates on a Zoom call. So those of you that see her on YouTube, just remember that. So Brandon, come here for a second. And we've got Commissioner James Moody, this is the first commissioner that's come to one of these meetings. He came here by accident, and now he's trapped. And I think I got him an excuse to leave. So thank you all for all you do. Say goodbye.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Keep up the good work. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, so Brandy Huff, next person to be put on the spot.
Yeah, hey, Brandy, how are you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
It's good to see you again. How's life?
It's great. Thank you for asking.
She is a One Coast Award winner.
How well I know. And she will we'll actually have an entire focus on her at some point in the near future on Coast View. So, yeah, congratulations. I was there for the event, as you know, had the opportunity to celebrate the 20th year of those awards that we started at the Sun Herald, and was able to see the people getting the award. So congratulations on that.
Thank you very much, Ricky.
It's a huge for Brandy, for our team, for her recognition, for all the hard work that she does to support the coast and support all our businesses. So, and before we go to break, I'm going to put James Moody on the spot. You have anything? He's one of our newest commissioners. He's an appointee from the governor, and I can't see my screen very well, so hopefully.
Yeah, I see him well. James, how are you doing, buddy?
Well, how are you doing, sir?
It's exciting that you're the governor's appointee, so I'm sure that there's a lot to learn, but you understand that the economic situation in coastal Mississippi right now, there's tremendous opportunity, even with inflation and the risk of recession. There's a lot of money still out there, so there's opportunity for coastal Mississippi on so many dimensions, and I know you know that.
Absolutely, man. As we were just saying, in there, we have such a great story to tell here in South Mississippi and coastal Mississippi as a whole. I moved back to the Gulf Coast in 2017. I worked I'm a former congressional staffer for now the late Senator Thad Cochran. and I moved back here. I'm working a commercial insurance broker now, but it was just a great opportunity for me to be able to move back home. I grew up here. I'm from Gulfport. I grew up in past Christian. My family still lives here. My wife is from Jackson. We have a 2-year-old. We have one on the way, and just to be able to raise our kids in such an amazing area with amazing schools. We have such a great narrative here. We have such great assets here on the Gulf Coast. So I'm very excited about where we are and where we are going. So,
well, I had a terrific relationship with Thad Cochran. I knew him over many years, and as publisher of the Sun Herald, obviously, it created opportunities for me to talk to him on a regular basis. And man, what an incredible statesman he was! The opportunity for you to have been in that system to learn the congressional process, and then to be back here in the insurance industry, where there's always going to be challenges and need for leadership to try to overcome those challenges. And now that you're on the Harris County Development Commission, what an opportunity.
Absolutely. It is. I'm enjoying working with Bill, Brandy, and we have such a great board of commissioners and everybody here. We all have a shared cause and energy to want to improve our area, our respective communities, our coast as a whole, because we all benefit from it. Again, It's where I want my kids to grow. Hopefully my grandchildren will want to be here. And it's just an amazing thing, I think, of what we have going on. So,
yeah, Mayor Billy Knight, he's in his 80s. He's the mayor of Moss Point, just terrific man. He likes to say that he's planting trees that he'll never enjoy the shade from. This notion of doing generational work, that the work that we're doing is for our kids and our kids' kids. But that's the way we should look at it. There are things we can do in the short term, but we better be smart about strategically how we're aligning ourselves so that we can win 10, 15, 20 years down the road. That's really important. Anyway, congratulations to your appointment, and I look forward to visiting with you soon. We'll tell your whole story. In fact, I'll have you back on Coast View, and we'll visit more in detail.
Ricky, it's a pleasure meeting you, and look forward to it.
You bet. Bill, you always amaze me, and you're right. You're a little bit like Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. But, what an opportunity. I'm thrilled that you brought me into that room so I could see all those committed people focused on not only getting visitors, but getting permanent visitors who want to live here. That's terrific. And congratulations on that new board appointment. He looks like he's going to be terrific.
Oh, he's you couldn't ask for a better, nothing against any of the other commissioners, but
yeah,
that perfect attendance. Like today, I don't even know why he's here. He just dropped in and got trapped in that room. So I got him out of there. But just, to have his energy and all the other 12 or 11 of our commissioners, when they get in that room, they all are pulling the rope in the same direction to help us move forward. And it's just we've got a great team, both on that commission and my internal team, and the things we're able to do. I mean, it's fun. It makes us get up to come to work every day.
Well, Bill, we're coming up to the end of this segment, but in the next segment, the last segment of today's show, we'll hit some of the high points of some of the projects that are going on. But I always like to remind people that your organization is multifaceted. You're in the industrial park business. You're in the utility business. You work way beyond just where you are now at the Bayou Bernard Industrial Park, but it's so much more to it than that. There's no rest for the weary in your world, is there?
No, but it's what we love to do. It's like there's a country song right now. I think it was written about Cotton 4. It's by Dirt, and it's like, love what you do and work at what you love, and that's what we're doing every day.
Well, again, we're going to talk about some of the headlines coming up here pretty soon, but just in general, how's your team doing these days?
They're great. Brandy and James are going to have a race to see who has the first baby. So Brandy's pregnant and James' wife's expecting as well. So we're looking forward to some new additions to families, and that brings its own, we've got baby showers and different things being planned around that I stay out of. I told them I'll answer the phone. I'll do anything you want me to do, but I'm not on the relay team to take some people to the hospital or any of those kinds of things. But it's just, we're like a big family, really. I mean, we've got a really, really great group of people, both on the commissioner side and on the staff side. And we're doing things that, every month I say, well, gosh, I didn't know we could do that. And we go and do it, So yeah. we're about to build a huge water line. My guys on the utility team are going to build a water line to connect Plant Watson to our water system. In 3 years ago, we would have had to bid that work out, but we're now doing it in-house and saving the taxpayers some money, and we'll have redundancy in our system and provide service to Mississippi Power. So, it's a win-win when you're able to do that and it gives our guys more experience and training, hopefully, because I say it on the air, one of them doesn't get picked off, because we've got a great team of people, and that's the hardest thing to deal with right now, is keeping the good people you've got. And not have them be pirated by somebody else because of their skills,
So you're the executive director of the organization. You have a team that's all part of the administration. And then, of course, you have a 12-member board that's appointed by mayors, the board of supervisors, and the governor. When we come back, we'll get some of the headlines on some of the things you're working on these days. We'll see you after this break. Welcome back to Coast View. In Hancock County, we have the Port and Harbor Commission, and they're doing incredibly important work. Of course, over in Jackson County, we have the Jackson County Economic Development Foundation, which is a public-private partnership. I think they've done a terrific job of getting both elected officials and the private sector engaged in this incredibly important organization, and they do really, really good work. And some of the work they're doing these days is monumentally important to Jackson County. One project in particular dealing with the flood maps and how they've hit Pascagoula in a bad way. They started an organization called SOS Pascagoula, and we're going to be talking more about that in the near future. And then, of course, in Harrison County, we have the Harrison County Development Commission, and Bill Lavers is the executive director of that organization. So, Bill, there's a lot going on these days. What can you talk about?
I wish I could talk about everything, but I don't like talking about things until you walk in them. But one of those that we'll still talk about anyway is Buc-ee's. Everybody's, when's it going to open? The county voted last Monday to go forward with the bonds that we need for the interchange. I went to the Mississippi Manufacturers Association in Point Clear last week, and Frankie Castiglia rode with me. And when we were leaving, we stopped at Buc-ee's on the way, and we bought some beaver nuggets. He'd never had them before. So we didn't even get back to the Mississippi line, and he'd almost finished a whole bag of beaver nuggets. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, I've got to stop." And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but they are kind of, you can't stop." And so we're excited. That's moving forward, and everybody wants to talk about that.
Hey, one quick comment on we have a little get together over at a place in Miramar Beach each year, and I had a big utility trailer behind me, just loaded with stuff for this trip, and I tried to pull into Buc-ee's at the turnoff to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, and I couldn't find a parking spot for the trailer. I have never seen so many people, buddy. It was unbelievable.
That's their main thing is they've got to get this interchange done before they open the store, because they know that basically we're a relief valve for Alabama. That's why they want to be where they are. And they're great folks to work with. We're so excited. Hopefully in a couple of months, we'll be having a groundbreaking out there with the beaver and all those fun things. But they don't want to do anything until they know that interchange is underway, because that's the secret to their success, is making sure you can trailer and buy $200 worth of beaver nuggets and then get on your way. So
I felt like I was like pulling up to Disney World, and I would have to remember the spot where I parked, or I might be lost for the day, that kind of a deal. I've never seen anything like it before, and I passed it before, and I just never paid much attention to it. But because of the conversations with you, I wanted to pull in. And then I learned my daughter, she'll literally go out of her way to go there. She wants to go there specifically. She says it's fun just to walk around.
Yeah, and they customize store to the locale, so I couldn't buy an Alabama shaped t-shirt of Buc-ee's and wear it in Mississippi, so I've got to wait till they open the store here. But that, that's one fun, exciting thing that's on the horizon. Is still a couple of years out. That's the unfortunate thing. I'm very impatient. I want to go buy my beaver nuggets today and celebrate success. And that brings a lot of jobs and good paying jobs. One other really cool thing that we did, and WLX helped me tell the story, but we launched a ship in the Seaway last week or 2 weeks ago with Gulf Ship, So that ship that was built here is headed to Guyana and will serve Exxon in that part of the world. And there's another ship that's in the barn that's going to come out in another month or so. So we'll go do that again. But that was the first time I saw one of those ships, roll out into the seaway. We actually had a cameraman. Another cool story. It's a guy that he lives in Pascagoula. He's a boat captain during the day, but he loves doing videos. So we've hired him to do some customer testimonials. He almost got swamped on a pontoon boat that day because he was on the receiving end of the ship hitting the seaway. So we're working on some pretty cool videos around the neighborhood, so to speak, without giving anything away for our new website. But we've engaged some of our military community partners, and I'm hoping the videos turn out as well in real life as they are in my head, because it's going to be pretty cool when you open our website. So we're working on that. We're working the commissioners, because of what you said earlier. A lot of people just, we still, we get on the radio, we get on TV, and people still don't really understand what we do. So we're working on a better communication of the different things that we do, and how do we convey that message. So I think it's in video because, with TikTok and all the things. We had the same day we launched the ship, we had an open house for FL Crane up in Saussure in their brand new, awesome 60,000 square foot facility where they employ about 40 people, and their products get shipped all over the country. So again, part of the fun that I get to do is I get to deal with really cool people, and that's the fun of, watching these buildings come out of the ground and watching the Tommy Andrews, the plant manager, was at one of our mix things that we did with the kids for the internships. And he had just graduated from Biloxi High School a couple of years ago and spoke and said he wished that there were more programs like that when he was in school. And now he's the plant manager of FL Crane and killing it up in Saussure. So, those kind of progressive stories are they're what that's what makes us do what we do every day. And I'd be remiss in the last 30 seconds not to remind everybody to go vote if you haven't already, because this runoff is very important. So exercise your patriotic right as a former Canadian, now American. I vote every time I get a chance because I wasn't able to vote for a long time. So make sure.
Thank you, Bill. That was perfect, actually. That go vote. I couldn't think of a better way to say it. And we a lot of people gave their lives so we could have that amazing and important right to do that. Anyway, yes. Bill, it's been a pleasure to visit with you today. Have a great one.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.